What is up, guys, and welcome to the Rat Potential YouTube channel. We are doing first gen stuff in this video. I'm re-introing the video because, well, I was feeling a little more stoked today, so we're gonna make the video stoked. So we're gonna cut back. I'm gonna show you some footage. Me slapping this motor in. Wasn't that hard. She's in the car. I've also got the exhaust hung under here, so we're gonna yank the old one off. And then I'm started on the pipes to make this thing rip. So basically, at the end of this video, tonight, we're going to be lighting this thing off from the car with the new exhaust. How about that? So, what is there to finish? And you'll see it all happen. I got to slap the radiator in it, fan, hook the wiring up, fuel lines. This is what I have so far, bent up for the exhaust to go from the front to the back. I got a little down tube I got to make off the axle. I ran out of flanges, but now I got more flanges, so we're golden, so that I can make, basically it's going to be the stock log manifold thingy, long pipe, stock OEM RX-7 muffler. How about that unit? That unit, way better than that unit. So, let's get to work. Alright, y'all. So, testing gauges. Figured I'd show you how to do this. We don't have any engine in the car, but slap a battery in your car, turn the key on. Make sure that nothing's shorting out or anything crazy first. But you're going to go up front, you're going to grab your wiring harness. Verify that this is at 0. So you can see that temp gauge is probably moving down real slow just because I just hooked it up to test it. So I'm going to show you what I did. So grab you an alligator clip just so that you can move around. If you have a buddy, you can just have him hold it. Ground it right here. So on an FB, all your sensor wires come from the passenger side. There's this little bunch of exposed wire here at the end. These two, the longer two, go down to your oil pan for your oil level sensor, and what the heck's the other one? I forget what the other one is, but the green one. These two here are your oil pressure and your water temp. So oil pressure is the flat one. Water temp should be a circle, but it might be a flat one if a blade if someone swapped your motor. Take your alligator clip. You basically just want to ground that, just like that, and then you're going to come in here, and these gauges are very slow to react, but you'll see now she's climbing in temp. So what that does is that verifies that the water temperature gauge works from there. If I turn this off, it should all go back down. Boom. So I'm going to see if the oil pressure gauge works the same way. I'm pretty sure it does. All one wire gauges generally read resistance to ground, and that's how they give you a reading. So we're going to hook that one up right now and see what we get. Alright, so same thing, oil pressure gauge is hooked to ground. There she goes, climbing. Notice water temp gauge not moving, so we're good on oil pressure. Alright, simple way to check your gauges, make sure they work. So what this means right now is that when I put this in the car, if I hook these up and the gauges don't work still, then my issue is now the sensors on the motor. So I'm not going to replace them just yet. I want to verify, we're getting in the car and make sure, but that's something that I can change out. I do have spare ones up here just in other blocks chilling that I'll rob if we need to, or Charles has some laying around. I don't think they're that expensive, but I can always verify a gauge works before I swap it in, or the sensor works before I swap it in. Like with these, you can either like just, I don't know how I could check oil pressure, but the temperature gauge one I could just ground it and then heat it up and see if it works. So gauges work. I'm gonna slap this motor in here this afternoon before I get cooked in the garage, and we'll keep going. is 100% hot out here. We got the flange welded on the back of the mid pipe. All I have to do basically is connect the down piece off the manifold to this right here, which this goes from the front of the muffler to the back of the down pipe, and there's about 4 inches there. I got a bridge. I got some oversized pipe here I may use, but that's probably what I'm just gonna do. It'll slide right over both ends. I can hammer it down, and then our exhaust is hooked up. All right, my dudes. So we got engine in the car. Everything under the car is completely done. This, nothing really changed up here because got distracted. You know, the normal, like it's 10 o'clock right now. Finished the exhaust. Went inside to take a break. At like 9:15, came back out here and went down the rabbit hole doing some research, but that's normal. So, back out here, we got this done. I know what I need to do to install the radio in the Corvette, which I gotta do tonight for my road trip. And yeah, everything looks super good. It's kinda dark, but you can see all tucked up. I did go back through and like right here, oh, come on, flashlight. So right here, we've got the emissions bung for the back of your intake and the other emissions bung for the BAC added as well. So those got holes drilled and then welded back on. There and there. Starters in over there. Everything else is hooked up, looking fresh, nice and clearanced. As you can see, just from looking from the side, I got to remove these 2 little hangers yet, and that's the, so this wiry thing right here, that's the thermometer for your catalytic converter basically, and there's a light inside the dash that's going to say like overheated exhaust, and it's there basically so you don't burn the car up like when the catalytic converter gets too hot. So I'm not going to hook that back up, don't need it. Without the sensor, the light won't ever come on, so it's not a big deal, but there's also no cats to overheat. So here we got the tips. Fits nice, doesn't hit anything, all soft mounted all the way up, so that's pretty pumped, or I'm pretty pumped on how it came out. For being like the guy had the OEM muffler laying around, and then probably $40 worth of exhaust tubing and a couple bends, and you're good to go. It's all 2-inch. This car is not about horsepower, so it's just about getting it rack running, getting it good to go, and getting it back to the guy who wants it. And also, around here and with anything, you 100% get what you pay for. So you're not getting, you know, for 100, 200 bucks, you know, basically what I'm charging this guy to do this exhaust, 100 bucks. Actually, whatever. You're not getting full pie cut stainless steel TIG welded 10 hours of work titanium exhaust here. This is like you gave 80 for the muffler, 100 for the muffler, you gave 50 for the pipe, and you give me 100 bucks to weld it all together in a night. That's like what you get. So keep that in mind, especially with cars, that you 100% get what you pay for. So all that's done. I probably got like one more night of work in the front end just because I was a little bit slow and lazy tonight. It is hot as all get out outside, and basically it's just sitting in here. So this wiring harness, it's got to get hooked up, put the radiator in it, we're good to go. Everything under the car is already done. All the bell housing bolts are in tight, so she's about ready. But with that, I've been trying my best to keep a ton of content going for you guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and upload what I got done. And tomorrow I'm going to do a video when I get home about buying a rotary engine. Okay, so not a video about buying a rotary engine car, but I'm going to tell you about buying a rotary engine. So look forward to that. We're going to use this guy right here as one of our test subjects. I've got another engine over there as a test subject, and another engine right over there as a test subject. So despite doing those things instead of working on this car, I'm going to try my best to pump that video out as soon as I can, which would be good for you guys to see, like the things that I would go look for when I'm looking at an engine. But with all that, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see some crazy stuff. I got some big things coming for when we get 1,000 subscribers. The video is going to be sick, and keep it rad.